Hey, you're watching The Press Row. I'm Jenny here with Barry. Barry, National Signing Day is upon us with all this basketball talk. There's still football going on, and obviously a lot of signing day goes back to quarterbacks because you want to know who's that next guy in the pipeline. And obviously Oklahoma State at a little bit of a crossroads right now with who that next guy is. Mason Rudolph, clearly the guy for the immediate future, but they lost Nick Starkel earlier in recruiting. Now they're scrambling a bit. Is it a surprise that they are, especially when you look at, they do have an offense and a guy like Mason Rudolph who is obviously productive, that they wouldn't be able to go out and get that guy and maybe have him secure already?
Well, it is a little bit of a surprise. I don't know all the particulars about why Nick Starkel backed off of Oklahoma State. I do think that the emergence of Mason Rudolph in 2014 as a big-time thrower. We saw a little bit of it as a true freshman at the end of 2013, but then in 2014 we saw it's legit. Mason Rudolph's the real deal. Could have scared off some quarterback prospects. Could have made Nick Starkel rethink, hey, do I want to go sit behind this guy for 2 years? May have made other guys think, I don't know. So perhaps the Cowboys are a victim of their own success at quarterback. But I can tell you this: it is a quarterback. It is a numbers deficient position right now. 2 scholarship guys in Stillwater playing quarterback. John Kohler from Norman North is the backup right now. You need 4 scholarship quarterbacks at all time, and if you have 5, that's great too. So the Cowboys need to add a third, and they're getting they're doing some exterior recruiting, getting walk-ons. The kid from Berry Hill is a preferred walk-on. So they need to replenish that quarterback position.
Yeah, and we'll get to depleted numbers in Norman here in a second too. But yeah, you mentioned Nick Burns, the kid from Berry Hill, preferred walk-on, who is getting some Division I offers apparently, but from everything we've heard is solid with the Cowboys. He's going to go to OSU, and that he's the type of guy that if he is getting other Division I offers, you could see him pretty quickly playing himself into a scholarship situation. Keandre Woodtee is a guy that has been committed to Louisiana Tech, but he's going to be a signing day announcement. So we don't know. He's another quarterback prospect the Cowboys might be in on. It sounds like they may be going after a kid from Tennessee. So some possibilities out there, but Barry, they might have a year where they don't sign a scholarship quarterback, which is actually the position that OU was in a year ago. They've sort of made up for it by getting the transfer from A&M, but that's not a position you want to find yourself in very often because now OU's thin at quarterback.
Yeah, the Sooners are in some ways even worse shape than OSU because while Oklahoma has 2 scholarship quarterbacks on campus right now, one of them just got there, Austin Kendall, the true freshman mid-year transfer. So you really can't go a year. OSU went a year, I think it was 13, without a quarterback signee. OU went 2015 without one. You really can't have that because here's the deal. These guys leave. When somebody emerges like a Baker Mayfield, all of a sudden Trevor Knight, Mr. OU, big man on campus, he goes to Texas A&M to finish his career. Cody Thomas says, I'm going to go back to the center field. So he's on the baseball team. All of a sudden, Oklahoma's thin at the position. And, we've seen guys transfer out of OSU. Dax Garman, Wes Lunt in the last few years have transferred out for various reasons. So quarterbacks come and go a lot. The go we focus on, the coming, you got to make sure those gates are open and you're always bringing guys in.
Yeah, and I don't know what Oklahoma's going to do. I'd be interested to see, you mentioned Austin Kendall already committed to come and play quarterback at OU. Kyler Murray coming from Texas A&M will have to sit out this next year. I think they are definitely thinner at the position at OU just from the standpoint of you've got a starter in Baker Mayfield who's had concussions in 2 of his last 3 games. Obviously, he might go the rest of this next season without one problem. I get that. And who knows, Mason Rudolph, we may be talking in another year and saying, man, what an injury-riddled season he had. But that's where they are right now. I'm going to be interested to see if Oklahoma maybe doesn't make a push to maybe even bring in another quarterback, Barry, on signing day. I don't know if there's an option, maybe a junior college guy. True freshman, that's a little bit risky, but maybe there's a guy out there. You think about Justice Hansen. He's going to be at K-State. If he'd have just stuck around, he might be he might be Mr. Popular on the OU campus. You just never know. Like you said, guys are always looking to leave, and with this end of your fourth year, the transfer, the Russell Wilson rule, if you want to call it that, you see that even more out of quarterbacks. Going to make for some very interesting signing day drama to see who these guys end up with on the quarterback line. Maybe even a couple guys. We'll have to wait and see. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.